Alrighty, Void. So, next one in the Chucky collection. Really, I think it should have been called the Child's Play collection. But, which is honestly a much better title than Chucky. I mean, just name it after the character is fine, but Child's Play just had more of a ring. Anyway, we're on to Curse of Chucky. So, Curse of Chucky. Now, I have seen this one once before, and I actually dug it. Now, it's more of a return to form of the... It had more of a feel of the original three Child's Plays, as it definitely felt less quippy. This one follows, well, it seems to be kind of happening more or less out of the blue, and I'm not quite sure how we got from Seed of Chucky to here, because at the end of Seed of Chucky, Chucky was killed again, as he usually is. And this film seems to imply that, because he had a big falling out with Tiffany in that one, this one seems to imply that, or at least in the ending of this one and the next movie, that him and Tiffany are back together more or less. So, not sure exactly what's going on there yet, but maybe when I see the series it'll help. But, so, Chucky's back. And he shows up as a surprise package to a house of a woman in a wheelchair who is living with her mother. And shortly after receiving the package of this strange doll, her mother then dies, seemingly falling down the stairs. Well, as Nika, the wheelchair-bound daughter, who coincidentally is played by Fiona Dourif, the real-life daughter of Brad Dourif, voice of Chucky. Interesting little connection. And also, Brad Dourif actually reprises his Charles Lee Ray role a little bit here, because you actually see Chucky pre-doll in some flashbacks. So, anyway, Nika's family is showing up to essentially help with the arrangements, and if anything, try to oust her from this house because they want to sell the house for money. Because her sister is an entitled bitch. So, a bunch of people with problems come on in, including her entitled sister, their husband, who seems to be ogling the maid, or the nanny, I guess. The nanny, who seems to be ogling, who is actually having an affair with the sister, and their young daughter, who's kind of a ray of sunshine. Anyway, they're here, and, well, Nika gives Chucky to the young girl, like, here, have this creepy doll. And, well, Chucky starts doing what he does as things start happening, and most of the family isn't believing when the little girl says Chucky did it, especially as he keeps seeming to disappear around the house. Though Chucky also has a nanny cam stuck on him, so mostly to try to catch the sister with the maid, just get some proof there. And, well, Chucky starts bumping them all off, because turns out this family has a history with Chucky, that the mother from the beginning was one of Chucky's victims that he kind of obsessed over. The one that and then it sounds like he had this strange crush on her before he was killed. Not sure how that ties in with Tiffany. They don't really address that, but it could just be Chucky being kind of skeevy. Anyway, the movie, for the most part, works really well. It feels like an old-school Child's Play film, delightfully so, and, like, some scenes do actually have a degree of tension. At one point, there's pretty much this dinner-making scene where Nika makes chili for everyone, but you do see Chucky slip some rat poison into one of them. And you can't tell who's getting the poisoned one. So essentially you just see it pass out to everyone, and the camera's just slowly spinning character to character. You're just waiting for something to happen because you know someone's eating poison chili, but you don't know who. And one girl says, "Oh, it tastes funny. Oh, is it her that's getting it?" One person starts coughing a little bit, and no, he just needs some water. Like, it does a good job bringing up the tension of not knowing who's doing this. So it worked very well. Overall, this has actually got to be one of the better Child's Play films as terms of like an actual horror film. It feels more like a serious film than a lot of the previous ones. It's a lot less quippy than Bride or Seed, and for me it did a better job than Child's Play 3. I put this up there with the original couple ones. This actually, for me, was working very well. It adds a little bit more Chucky lore, even if it does contradict slightly in there. But this one also has the unrated version has a post-credit scene where you also see the return of Andy Barclay. Now that scene doesn't really make sense with the scene you saw just before, but if you watch, but it does make sense if you see the next one, because that one adds a whole nother level to it. But at first it just looks like a tacked on scene that doesn't seem like it's going anywhere, because the end of this one makes it look like she's finally possessing someone, but in the post-credit scene it's the doll again. So that one does seem to be like a continuity error, but it actually isn't. But you just need the next film for context, because I believe those two were made back to back. So this one was working pretty well for me. Curse of Chucky, I do recommend it. I'll give it a good 7 MacGuffins. It's got to be one of the better Child's Play films for me, and I definitely do recommend it. After my second watching, it still does hold up, so give it a go. See you soon, Void.